Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. Today is the start of Transformers Prime Week. I figured last week we took a look at the G.I. Joe launch vehicle for the Hub Network, Renegades. We'll look at the Transformers one. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the Cyberverse figures. Cyberverse is a line that I've been very excited about since it was introduced in Dark of the Moon. This replaced the Scout and Legends class figures with Commander and Legion class figures. And starting us off, new camera, new videos, has to be Commander Optimus Prime. These are the packaging, well, basic packaging for the Commander figures. This is what the Autobot packaging will look like. Picture of Optimus Prime in vehicle mode. As you can see, this guy came with a mini DVD. The first four Commander figures, some of them were packaged with the DVD, same episode, and very oddly, in some stores, at a higher price point than their non-DVD versions. But there was really no difference to the figure. Here's the back of the package, photoshopped image of Optimus Prime, the photoshopped animated battle of all of the Wave 1 Cyberverse figures, and that's about it. One thing you'll notice is the text specs on the side. That card is removable and can be saved if you're into these sort of things. Let's go in and take a look at the figure. And here he is, the man of the hour, Optimus Prime himself. As you can see, he's in his bright animated style colors and comes with two clear light blue um, blasters. The blasters are made of a sterner plastic than the smaller Legion class figures, which I think is quite nice that they're not flimsy. As you can tell if you look at the side, once they're in Optimus Prime's hands, they do look like they're coming out of his hands, like they do in the show. One thing I do need to mention is the ball joints on this figure tend to be loose in certain positions that the slightest touch and his arm becomes rather floppy. I can usually get him to hold certain positions, but your mileage may vary. This is a problem with the Cyberverse line, that they rely heavily on ball joints that cause um, looseness and an overall floppy figure. Let's come in and get a closer look at the details of Optimus Prime in robot mode. Okay, as you can see, Optimus comes with a face-plated head. I have heard that there's a variant out there that features an open faceplate head. I never saw it, and the repaint of the figure, available I believe in Wave 4 of the Commander figures, features an open faceplate head, so who knows. His upper torso is basically all translucent light blue plastic, some red and silver paint detail where the windows would be, black waist and lower upper abdomen, silver, blue for his legs and feet, um, ball joints in the hips help for movement, as well as single jointed knees. Coming up into the arms, you can of course see the molded hands in red plastic, the aforementioned ball joints at the elbows as well. Now this is kind of cool. Um, Ball joint for the shoulder pads, but let's see if you can see that. a double hinge joint. The shoulder pad is actually on a separate swivel joint from the arm. That's really nice and helps with Optimus's arm movements. Let's go back and now take a look at his transformation. As with all Cyberverse figures, Optimus's transformation is relatively simple but enjoyable. First, we're going to come in, rotate his head 180 degrees, and fold it backwards into his back. We'll click nicely into place. Next, we're going to come up, swivel his shoulder pads up and into position and peg them together to form the windscreen of the vehicle. I'm not really sure what that part is called. Let's move the arms out to the side just to make life a little easier. Coming down to the feet and legs, fold up the feet like so, and this is where things get very interesting. The legs will actually split into two pieces. The rear will form the back of the truck, while the front will form, the front part of the leg will form the front of the vehicle. I thought that was really kind of cool, because it still kept the knee articulation. Now, pegging the parts together is rather interesting. The front just pegs together quite nicely. The rear, on the other hand, uses a hook and notch joint that, instead of just slapping it together like this, you want to come in and slide the hook over the notch. This is something I've noticed with a lot of the newer Transformers. They're relying more on hook and tab, notch, slot joints, more than just the basic peg and hole. Be very careful if you should come along these type of joints, as additional care will be needed so you don't break the figure. While we're back here, go ahead and fold out the smokestacks. You should notice that there's clear pegs. That is actually for the various Cyberverse vehicles that are available that you can plug the commander figures into and cause their chest to light up. I've seen these in videos. They work with varying degrees of success. Moving on, we're going to bring the figure back around, and we're going to go and collapse the torso up while straightening the legs out. And usually what I like to do is just fold it flat like that, and then use the double hinges to get everything in position. Finally, you want to come in, fold the arms straight down. It's a double hinge joint. Let me show you that again. Basically, you have the one hinge here that will get the arm out, and that's the arm that brings it down for the shoulder. Straightening it out, bringing it down, and then folding up the arms and pegging them into the side, as well as underneath the windshield, to form Optimus Prime's truck mode. Here it is. Just giving it a little squeeze to tighten things up. As you can see, quite close to the animation model. I am very impressed with this figure. Really a fun figure, and it does roll. Let me attach the weapons, and I'll be back with my final thoughts. Cyberverse Optimus Prime is a fun figure. While not the best in the line, he's certainly not as bad as other reviewers have made him out to be. As you can see, his weapons can peg into different ports on vehicle mode. This is my preferred position. Like the Legion class weapons, the Commander class weapons can combine together, which I'll show you in another review. If you can find Optimus Prime, I can highly recommend him. As I mentioned, there's a repaint that will be on shelves soon, if not already, that will feature Prime in darker colors with the blasters replaced by his swords. I would actually pick up this one and that one so you can have a Prime armed with one blaster and one sword like the first edition Prime. I am sure at some point this guy will also be part of some gift set somewhere. This is your old pal Chuck for Optimus Prime. We'll see you next time.